Oh, hey, a meme stream. What up, Goon? Nice to start the stream off with this song. Yeah, it's good because G's not here yet. So he's not even going to hear it. Yo, Anthony, how it goes, brother? Recommend, what's up? Kevin Cobb, got this fucking party started. Yes, sir. Boring as fuck. That's how it always is, man. That's how it always is until it isn't. Let's finish this song before G gets in here. Greek Warrior, what up, man? Do you think that we will break today, after hours, or pre-market Monday? Honestly, I would say Monday, if I had to be honest. Just my opinion. If you look at it from this perspective, and I've showed this in my video, where we're playing out V1, V2. Obviously, V2, you just want a higher point than V1, right? So if you look at, for example, the landmark here, coming off the blue dot. Great buying day. Yeah, this is a good buying day. We'll see. We will see. So, for example, coming off the blue dot here, right? So you see you reach a bottom, and then you start uptrending. And then right here, you reach a bottom, and you start uptrending. It's a little bit less apparent right here. But you reach a bottom coming off the blue, and you start uptrending, and then you break down for the V. That's V1. That's your lowest low in range. The macro V, V1. Off of that, you have a micro iteration play out. So you reach your top, and then you start downtrending again. And you can see right here on the last iteration, you downtrend to a point, and then again, you start uptrending. Uptrending, holding trend to a high point. Right, downtrending, and then we start uptrending to a high point, and then you break below the channel for V2. And it's really just a W here, and it's actually a slightly lower point on the right. You look at that, and this was Friday. This was Friday price action. Slightly lower point on the right leg, and then it just bounces up into close. And then Monday, break. We have a very similar setup here. Slightly lower point on the right leg here, and then we would just bounce up and just be sideways all day today into close, and then break Monday. This has to break, like now, because if it doesn't, we're gonna start every day that goes by. Like, we have a general trend here, the channel. Every day that goes by, we diverge the trend that we're down here. So we're gonna break, like now. We have to, essentially. And there's not really a case for uptrending again, like another iteration to play out here. Like, there's no case for uptrend into the channel, like regular price action. It's going to be a straight line, up or down. And I really can't see a case for it not being right now. Like I had mentioned in my last video, today's Friday. So that's Friday after hours, 1900. So here is next Friday, 1900. And I'll just extend the channel a little bit more to that point. Like, what do we do here? Like, I don't really see a case for downtrending. Like, we just keep downtrending like this. That wouldn't really make sense at all to do that. Something like that. That's I mean, you're talking, we're already, the volume right now is already bone dry. You could barely even see it. So we're at that breaking point. And like I said, it doesn't make sense for us to start uptrending back into the channel. Like, we're not going to get something like this, like some regular price action back into the channel. That's not going to happen. It's just going to be a break. Straight line, up or down. It's just going to be this. Up or down. straight line. I really don't see the case for this getting extended another week here. I have to lean Monday, Friday, like today or Monday. Yes or yes? What do we think? Ryuk, what up, bro? Pick some cons on. Let's moon. All right, deal. We're good to go now. You got cons? We're good to go. Let's do it. What up, Sin? I need a beer. Hold on. Before I go,
a little bit of disregard, handful of complaints, but I can't help the fact that everyone can see these scars. What I want you to want, what I want you to feel, but it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. So let go, watching you turn your back like you always do, face away and pretend.
Fuck, man, that looks amazing.
A little unconfident, cause you don't understand to do what I can, but sometimes I don't make sense. What you never want to say, but I've never had a doubt. It's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you for once just to hear me out. So let go, watching you turn your back like you always do, face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here cause you're all.
I think Ant's page is shadow banned. The lives never pop up for me. I hear both sides. Like my brother, for example, my shit doesn't pop up for him. But then people tell me it pops up for them. It's weird. I don't know. Spy was the real Moas. I mean, you could have Moased on Spy, but the real Moas is memes. Always has been. Not for debate.
But I got
What do we think about this, too? So if GameStop is coming off its V right now, off of that, you just want an iteration, chat, pull back, high or low? Is that what we're looking at here? Or is that too small? This right here. What do we think? Dog with the $3, what up? Qual, what's going on, man? 543 put, 1 day to expiration, called yesterday, printed. Yes, it did. Spy downside is probably going to be printing for the next couple weeks. It's jet time. Love that Gooner. Brainwave GIF. That one's fire. Confluence too strong. Yo, Ant, I'm going to have to watch this whole live. I mean, you don't really have to, I don't think. I'm more of the mindset we're going to be breaking Monday. I'm just here just in case we break after hours today. And I can give 2 fucks about intraday. I can give absolutely 2 fucks about intraday price action. I'm just tracking along. Tracking along. Ryuk, thank you for the 1, bro. Tracking along and waiting for an after hours break. Or pre-market. I'm more of the mindset that we would break pre-market Monday. Let's fucking moon. Okay. Deal. We just chilling? Yeah, we're chilling. Tunes and alcohol, correct. TNA. What's the safe bet for strikes less expiration on GME if I were to get into new calls? Not June 21st. So, other than that, you should be alright, I think. On a more serious note, just loaded September, $8. I like that. I'm probably not the one to ask because I'm going to say something that's probably not the best idea. Nah, they shut my shit off? Oh, you're saying ooh for the June 21s. I thought I got my stream fucking turned off already. Like, bro, I've been live for 10 minutes. Might be a dumb question, but this is the first time both GME and AMC Macro Vs are lining up since January 2021. There was a case for it in July. There was a case for it, but we broke the downside. So we did it again, the whole flat portion, and we're at the end of the flat portion now, which is playing out the same way that we began it in July. Degen disclaimer. It's not really so much a degen disclaimer. I just feel like all of these strikes are just pointless. Right? So if you're... I'm not saying it's a bad idea to buy $8 calls whatsoever, Qual. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that if we're going to get a straight line break, right, and it's going to be up or down, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to like $13 calls, it's just pointless to me. Because we're going to either break straight line over the range or we're going to break straight line under the range. You know? Does that make sense? It is pretty degen to say, but I don't know. I feel like it does. IWM break next week, you think? IWM is being very slow. Like, IWM has been range bound for so fucking long. Not wrong? You're not wrong. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty logical thing to say. I just muted myself instead of the music. Like, essentially what I'm saying is, like, if a $7 or $8 strike is going to be in the money by September, 13 will too. Because we'll already be, like, at the next range up. / squeezing. I got 10k shares and 400 options now. I wish the stock would pop. It will. It will. I mean, if someone wants to make a case for downside, I'm all ears. But it has to make sense. And you also have to make it make sense for GME. So GME would have to go sub $9. If someone can make a case for downside, I'm all ears. $10k shares and 400 options, bro. Holy shit. Remember us when you were on your yacht? That's a good amount. But, like, put yourself in Roaring Kitty's shoes. He has 9 million shares. Like, no sweat. No expiration, 9 million shares. If GME goes to 100, right, so if GME breaks, the high was what, 80? The next break is going to be higher than 80. If GME goes to 100, he's a billionaire off shares. That's retarded. RIP to all the people, all this June 21st people full ported because of Roaring Kitty. Yeah, RIP. Pouring out for those. I completely did not see that coming. If only someone had said something. Yeah, Goon. If only. No kidding. So many people followed RK expiration date. So many people pumping options data on Twitter showing how much open interest was on June 21st. Yeah, no fucking shit. I didn't even look. Honestly, I didn't. I don't have to. Like, if I knew the open interest on June 21st was probably insane. Out of the money. Something like I don't like June, something like that, yeah. Something I'm not a fan of the June contracts. That does sound kind of familiar. But yeah, you have to understand too is a lot of people were like, okay, you know, Roaring Kitty's full porting June 21st. He must think we're gonna squeeze by June 21st. Not really looking at like the entirety of his position. Is he's already in the money. He had 20. What do you have? 22 strike, I believe. $22 strike, and he was in the money the whole time. So it was like, but I feel like people kind of saw the expiration date and they're like, fuck it, highest call, whatever it is, out the money. That's what I'm buying for June 21. I had 100 June calls. I bought for $15, sold them for $45. You did it right. You did it right. 200%. W. We take those. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut out of respect for Ant. Why is the IV rising on dead cons? Never seen that before. 621's at like 2,000%. If I had to guess, it's probably because we're at a break, but doesn't mean those, I mean, implied volatility is probably rising because someone knows something and we're about to break. That doesn't mean that the 621s are saved. Those things, what time is it? What do you got, 4 hours of life on those as we're sitting at fucking 470? You could hear Sin biting his tongue from here. You can speak openly, Sin. I don't give a fuck. I do that shit all the time. I have no problem doing that. And I had 100 Jan 2025 calls that I paid $25 for, and I sold them for $31,000 on that last pop. Still down a lot, but I repositioned. That's good. That's good. And by the sounds of it, I mean, you repositioned pretty well. 10K shares, 400 options, 400 calls. That's pretty good. I think that's gonna print. Done. The Great Depression soundtrack. I'm like trying to build a soundtrack from when I think the top is in. It's gonna be all like 1930s music. What up? What up, Ant? You good, Sin? It's nearly party time. Alex Pitcher, €2. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. What's going on, man? Ants, is there a tool? Ants, bro, come on. Ants, is there a tool or indicator that measures or shows the delaying of movements with taking down the volume to prevent the algo to take off at certain dates? Yeah, that tool is called the option chain. And open interest is that's the indicator. No, I'm just kidding. But maybe that's what it is. But no, I mean, it's just fractals. That's all it is. It's just playing out, you know? And at the end of, right before the break, the volume is at its lowest. What a great throwback song. Yeah, this is a good song. Help me out. Sell some of my shares to buy more. You're asking me if you should sell shares to buy 2025 calls? That's your call, man. That's your call. My GME share price is around $17, so I hold. All right, so you're green. So you're not really complaining. I also have a few July 19th calls. All right, you got like 3 weeks on those. That should be all right, I think. The 400 options I have now are a year out, but I put them on a spread. Max profit on those is 280K. Max loss on those is 600. Really? 400 options I have are a year out, but I put them on a spread. Max profit is 280K. Max loss is 600. That still like seems like a pretty high, you know, low risk, high reward play. But you definitely are sacrificing a lot of the potential return to the upside. I'm not sure what strike you're looking at. I'm not sure if you're looking at your actual strike or if you're deep in the money. That's a nice play. I think so too, but it's a very safe play, I'll say that. With still a pretty good upside return potential, but you're sacrificing a lot of it, I think. Purely supplemental, sitting on 10K stock is the main bag. Yeah, that's true. That is true. What is that, 100 cons? 100 cons in shares, essentially. So he essentially has 100 cons that are max low risk, maximum reward, and then he has the spread, which is very low risk, medium reward. Big picture, it's smart positioning and excellent risk management. Correct. I think so too. Yep, exactly, like maybe not how to play MOS, but you could fuck it up a lot worse. I was like, I made like a theoretical like scenario, like for if we, like okay, so if we break right to the upside, I made like a theoretical scenario. I played it out with like daily candles and positioning of how easy it is to fuck this up. If you're playing calls, like you could fuck this up very easily. Really, like the underlying cause of it would be FOMO, but it can easily be done. Like you could easily fuck it up. Like full port max strike June 21s. Yeah, that too. That works too. You could do that to fuck it up, and then we just break the next day after your cons expire. Cracks beer gif while staring at Cooter. RIP June 21. Yeah, RIP. Gone but never forgotten. Damn shame.
Feel free from sin till the Sandman he goes. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Exit light into night. Take my hand.
Bro, it's the phrasing every time. Every time. That's what gets me. Decidedly would not feel good. Or, no, sorry. Decidedly would feel not good. Yeah. That would not feel good. Or, sorry, feel not good. Oh my god, the scenes. Could you imagine? Could you imagine full porting June 21s because of Roaring Kitty? And then we break like 3 days later after they expire at 0? Oof.
Off to never, never land. Something's wrong, suck the light. Heavy thoughts tonight, and the honors the white. Dreams of war, dreams of lies, dreams of dragons fire, and the things that will fight. Yeah. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow.
Imagine, there's countless examples. Yeah. Is it bad that I would point and laugh? I would low-key feel bad. Like, no, I wouldn't. I would probably point and laugh too. But a small part of me would feel bad. Like, imagine being here all this time and then full porting a position that expires worthless, and then we just squeezed the next week after that. Holy fuck, bro. Oh my god.
Exit light into night. Take my hand. Off to never, never land.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to bring that up again because I'm over it. I'm over hearing about the 317. At least 317 we all broke down. Yeah, and then you had plenty of time to reposition, but dude, why do you have to bring March 17th into this? That was like 10 years ago. That's uncalled for. Gone but not forgotten. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Touche. But I have those shares as well now, so I'm trying to do some stuff with them. I have those options in case. 200 January 2025, 20 calls, and 27 sold, and 200 June 25, 20 calls. Yeah, those January and June 2025s, bro, that is a lock if I've ever seen it. That's a lock. Because there's only two ways this can go. I mean, the only way it's not a lock, the only way those contracts are not a lock, is if AMC does this. Because we know how this break is going to go. The only way those aren't a lock is if we do this. That's the only way. But in order for that to happen, GME would then have to do the same thing. Like sub $9. I might get rid of the 27s. You might as well keep them. Not financial advice, but if you got $20 calls and you got $27 calls, like if the $20 calls are going to be in the money, I promise you, trust me, bro, the 27s will be in the money too. Full porting 0 days? I'm in. No, I'm not in. In the left chart, the last leg was crawling up and it broke to the downside. Current chart is crawling down, so what's next? Break. Either way. I mean, I kind of went over. It has a baby blip to, what does that say, 40? I'll make 450K. That seems like a pretty reasonable amount of money, I think. Q the AA tweet. Jesus Q. No, sold at 27. Okay. Back to that question. I could probably show this with the other perspective. I think it'll probably make a little bit more sense. I went over this right at the start of the live stream. Go to a 1 hour chart. So he said, as far as the July tracking, right? What did he say? In the left chart, the last leg was crawling up. So like crawling up to the midpoint is what you're saying, before it broke to the downside. Current chart, it's slowly crawling down, so what's next? It's the same thing either way. I mean, regardless of crawling up to the midpoint before the break, we're at the break now. And you can look at it from this perspective too, where you have V1, V2, we're now at V2. Which really, all this has to be is a higher low than V1. And I kind of went over, like, just from a technical standpoint, if we were to break down here or even take another week of chop here, we would be diverging trend a lot. Like, this is next Friday, by the way, this line here. If we were, for whatever reason, because it ends with downside, like this will end with downside before a break. If we were just downtrending all of next week until Friday, like, I don't see a world where this happens. At this point, we would be so far under the trend, it wouldn't even make sense. It wouldn't even make sense. And I kind of went over this before, and I'll do it again for whatever. Do it again. Look at the blue circle, right? That's the top landmark. So right here, you break down. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. You hit your first bottom, and you start uptrending off of the blue. Hit your first bottom, you start uptrending, right? Off the blue, hit your first bottom, start uptrending, and then you break down for V1. Break down for V1. And you play out the micro iteration. You play out the micro iteration to that top, and then you downtrend to V2. Downtrend to V2. And at the bottom of it, it's basically a W that has a slightly lower leg on the right. This is a little bit lower than the left leg here. So you see this W that plays out here at the end. A little bit lower on the right. This is Friday, by the way, just downtrending. Bounces up, flat, and then Monday it breaks. If you look at it right now, there's that same W with a little bit lower leg on the right. It's about to break. I really don't see a case for not breaking either after hours today or Monday pre-market, because that would imply that we would have a whole nother week of price action similar to this week. And like I said, this doesn't make sense to just go like that. It also doesn't make sense to reclaim trend. I guess maybe in the worst case scenario, what could happen is next week we just climb intraday back up to the midpoint to like $6 and then break. But in that case, we would have to get to Friday before then, so it would look something like this. Something like that, to that effect. But I still don't even think that's likely. I think we just break straight line. And then if you look at GameStop too, kind of went over how we wanted to break this triangle to the downside at the beginning of the week for the V. So we were looking for downside early on in the week for the V. Now, if GME hit the V, if it hit it already, which I'm assuming it did, because I think the bottom is pretty much in for AMC as well, you look for a jet, a pullback for a higher low, and then a break off the V. So theoretically, that would be the top, and we're now pulling back for the higher low into the break. We'll see, though. I think it looks good. I think it looks good for break, like right now. Personally. essentially, the takeaway from that was right before we got this straight line here, this move to 13, we were downtrending into that. And that Friday before we broke was very similar to today. It was very bloody. End of day, we kind of just bounced up, closed essentially at low of day, and then broke. I tried to reply to you about that Roaring Kitty comment from a few videos ago, but I don't think I hit the send button. Oh, that's cool, man. That's fine. I'm really not the best with answering my comments anyway. But what did you ask? I think you were asking what's the background with Roaring Kitty, which I'm not the guy to ask. I don't know. I don't really know his background. The extent of what I know about Roaring Kitty is from the movie Dumb Money, which I don't even know how accurate that is. I'm already positioned, so I don't give a fuck, but it's been a minute since you said that we're looking what you're liking for date strikes, Ant, what you playing. If you don't want to say it, just curious is all. I'm pretty much in January 2025. Are you asking like memes? I'm already positioned, so I don't give a fuck, but it's been a minute since you said what you're liking for date strikes, Ant. Yeah, it's January 2025. And I already kind of spoke about it's overkill, like truly it is. For memes, yeah, it's trust me, bro. Nah, for real though. Like the January 2025s, they're overkill. They're overkill, but they're cheap. Like relatively cheap. I mean, if you look at the chain, they're pretty similar in price to, weeklies. So, I mean, you could fucking full port some cheap ass cons for next week, like out the money, but that's just a gamble at the end of the day. Now, theoretically, we should break, like now, but that's where I'm at. I'm Jan 2025, which is overkill. And I know that, but I like that. That's why I played them, flipped them a dozen times since November. The whole thing was suspicious, yeah. My theory about it is if it's related to the Q stuff, this dude comes out of nowhere and it's basically like, oh, they hide their money here too. Wait, you're saying that you think the Roaring Kitty situation is a little bit suspicious? I don't know what to think of it. And we kind of spoke about this a little bit already, but it was the same price as like 3-month cons. If I could buy contracts that expire 8 months from now at a similar price to something expiring next month, I'm going to, I think that's just a no-brainer, personally, especially when, like, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to fucking buy June 21st cons and have them expire at 0, and then you just break the next week. You could gamble on weeklies. Roaring Kitty, I really don't even feel like talking about this again, because, like, I feel like I'm going to say something that's going to kind of sound like I'm talking shit. And related to the QAnon, I don't want to sound like I'm talking shit, because I'm definitely not. Like, I respect that guy. Like, if he's not a plant, which the safe bet is he's probably not, I respect him. I mean, he did the same thing that we're doing now, just in 2021. But it's just weird to me a little bit. Like, the timing of him showing up again, especially because, and I could be wrong, but he doesn't strike me as much of a TA guy. He doesn't strike me as much of a TA guy. His whole thesis has always been fundamentally based, and then he just pops up, like, when we're, like, tracking into breaks out of nowhere. It's weird to me. Like, obviously he has his method of how he's getting to his conclusions. I don't know what it is, but it's just a little strange. And then he shows up, out of nowhere, and then he's like, here's my position right in your face, June 21st contracts. If we break, like, if we break Monday, okay, so let's just put together an imaginary situation here where we break to the upside on Monday until, like, we start squeezing, like, we break into the squeeze on Monday. I'm gonna find that very fucking sus. That he comes out of nowhere, full ports June 21, exercises them into shares the week before they expire. Now everyone that fucking full sent out the money cons is getting fucked, expiring at 0 because they were like, oh shit, he's back. I'm just gonna buy what he's buying. If we break on Monday next week, I'm gonna find it very, very sus. I think that's gonna be very maybe not the best look. If he's a plan, I think he's the white hat. I don't know if he's a plan. It's just weird to me. It seems. It's just like a gut feeling. It kind of seems off. He has a fucking movie. Like, it's weird to me. I don't know. I could be way off. I mean, I don't know anything about him. I don't care to know anything about him. It's just strange to me. Who's ready for some 520 spy put July 19th and also RKO for lunch? Bro. Well, is there a history of the guy? Does Keith Gill have a Facebook that goes back 10 years? Who was he before? I don't know. I don't have Facebook. I would have to make social media accounts to find this shit out. I'm not going to do that. I don't know who he is. I have a similar theory on Edward Snowden. I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about him. I just know that something feels not right to me about the situation. That's all I know. Now, what was annoying was the drop of the share offering in early earnings before Kitty's live stream. I think the stream was so shit because a bomb got dropped on his plan. Fractals. I don't want to hear that. That's just fractals, bro. Or were we expecting like an upside break on his earnings? Because I wasn't. Chart on the left is inverse, chart on the right starting June 17th, going to break up instead of down. Chart on the left is inverse, chart on the right starting June 17th. I think it's pretty one-to-one, honestly. I think the landmarks have checked out pretty well. You know. Right, so if this blue circle is the top of the move, right, the end of the micro iteration, what happens from there? Downtrend to a point, uptrend to a point, downtrend for the V. Same thing. Downtrending to the V. The V ends below the channel, and then we break. Pretty one-to-one, in my opinion. And has ass book. Bro, this fucking guy. It's like, what did I ever do to you? You come into my chat talking about you're going to RKO me, then you're going to tombstone me because I didn't like July 19th 520 puts? Motherfucker. Well, I wasn't subscribed to your channel during Kitty's stream, so I was a bit off fractally. Now it makes perfect sense how things played out. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people were probably like, oh shit, he's going to go live and we're just going to squeeze type thing. I was like, I was not even close of the mindset during that time when he was streaming that we're going to break. I mean, the downside was kind of projected. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. I really don't. But I am a very skeptical person, so... I could be way off. Way off. If we want to do some tinfoil, I think he streamed knowing he was going to go down. I've seen people say that. To be like, see, it ain't me manipulating, kind of just to like clear his whole story. So like when it happens, and he's back again, it's like they're not going to just blame him. Yeah, maybe. Your shit is the best channel I have found. You're very good at this. I've been devouring AMC content for as long as this fucking play has been going on. Thank you, Ro. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, that's definitely reasonable. I've seen that. I've seen people talking about that where he went live, kind of just to, yeah, like, hey, well, look, it's not me. I'm down $200 million live. I can't control the stock's movement, type thing. Did you hear that Murdergram song? I don't believe so. I'll play a song if you request it. If it's the same vibe, if it's rock, then yeah, I'll play it. And it's a skeptical but smart man. Appreciate your beard and everything you do. Thanks, man. Main thing I got out of the Kitty stream, he said he had the right to change his mind to 600,000 people. Then he made his moves. Did he really change his mind, or did he make a smart financial decision by exercising his contracts into shares? Doesn't seem like he changed his mind. It seems like he's bullish, but it seemed like, you know, hey, I'm going to exercise my in-the-money contracts into 9 million shares. I think that was a smart move. I don't think he changed his outlook or his thesis. Joe Walsh, life's been good. I'll cue it up. Oh, Eminem, LL Cool J, Murdergram. No, I haven't heard that. Maybe later on the stream we'll play some rap. I'm kind of vibing out right now. Roaring Kitty is a perfect example of how an individual fractal himself and his actions play into the timing of the larger macro meme saga. I was kind of alright. So I'm like, obviously I'm trying to look at this from both sides. Like, he is a plant, he's not a plant. If he's not, however the fuck he's doing his TA, and this is probably crazy to say, but whatever he uses to form his conclusions and his thesis, which again is 99% fundamentally based, like his whole thesis has always been fundamental about the company GameStop itself. From what I've seen, he's not much of a TA guy. He, like, not to say that he can't chart, he doesn't know technical analysis to some extent, but he's mainly fundamentally based in his thesis. Whatever he's seeing, however he's doing his TA fundamentally, I think he's seeing something that's fractal that reminds him of what he was seeing in 2021, which is why he's back now. That may be crazy to say. It may not be. I don't know. He said he had the right to not hold to death. Completely independent of each other, but much like the rise and fall of civilizations, various independent factors meet at a volatile moment. Trend lines. Yeah. It's not crazy. Look how often motherfucking lined up with fractals just following money on options chain. The confluence points the same direction if you're reading the bones right. Yeah. It's very it's this whole situation is honestly insane. It's crazy. Be right back.
On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. And I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven and this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find it here. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys she calls friends. How they dance in the courtyard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I called up the captain, please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. They're living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise, what a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling, they pink champagne on ice. And she said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers, they're gathered for the feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the nightman, we are programmed to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Finally, some action. Obviously not the way we want to see it, but we're actually moving out of the range. Definitely want to see a higher low here. Is your fractal chart indicating a sell-off after touching $6? No. No, it's not. I feel like I've explained this so many times. No, like This is the channel off all-time low. We track this all over the chart, including January 5th, 2021. It's the same move, the same setup. At the end of the channel, you get a fractal break. Here was to the downside. We could also break to the upside. Let me see if I have the chart. I do. Right, so it's the same setup. There's two ways that this ends. This is old, obviously. This is like what we're going through right now. At the end of this, what happens is we either break to the downside straight line or we break to the upside straight line. The fractal ending, where we get the break. So, for example, I'm using July for tracking because I feel the closer iterations track better on a micro scale. So all three is all-time low. First run off, pull back into the chop zone. At the end of the chop zone, we get the break. Off the top of the break, you pull back for the consolidation, and then you get your fractal break. The upside break would take us into a squeeze. The downside break would take us lower than all-time low. Straight line. Thank you for the time, bro. Does that make sense? Fractal break at the midpoint, no sell-off after 6. Yeah, the midpoint's essentially just the landmark of break. Theoretically, it could break to the downside. It could. That's the only two ways this can play out at the end. Is it either straight lines down past all-time low, so sub 240, or it straight lines up past the high of the range, which would be higher than 1330, and then if we did that, we would be heading into the squeeze. Question, do you think this song was on an acid trip? Could have been. It won't? What, break to the downside? I don't think so either, but I'm going to say it because that's how it ends. That's how it ends. This ends with either a straight line down or a straight line up. Obviously, we don't think it's going to break down. But those are the only two outcomes here. So how we track the flat portion leading into July, where we got to this all-time low landmark and then the channel into the break, we broke to the downside here, played out the flat portion all the way to the bottom again, playing out the channel. We're now looking for another break. We want this to break to the upside. If it was to break to the downside, I know no one wants to hear this, but I'm going to say it. If it was to break to the downside again, we would be playing out a whole nother flat portion. So probably another year until we have another opportunity to break like this again. Obviously, it's extremely unlikely with the situation like where GameStop is almost hitting all-time highs a month ago. But that's just the way, that's the options here. So, you know, that's just the options here. To me, this price action makes perfect sense. I mean, I wanted to see 450 this week. Kind of fucking annoying that we went sideways all week and now we're going to fucking pull down. But, you know, it is what it is. Bare minimum, though, I would like to see a higher low here. Obviously, we don't have to, but that would just be a little bit cleaner, I think. I kind of gave that scenario where we could pull back to 430, 450. I don't think we're going to, but I kind of like went over a scenario where we could pull back to 430, 450. That would be fractally sound to do that. Right, I really am struggling to see a world here where we do that next week. Where we were to do something like this, we'd be so far below trend at that point. Imagine going green today, either at close or after hours. That would be pretty crazy. I don't think so, though. But if we are hitting the V of the iteration, it is possible that we start uptrending. And if we're going into a break, that uptrend could be pretty explosive. Let me see something. Got you, bro. Same price action as May 10th. That's essentially what we're tracking, yeah. I'm just trying to see. I don't think we're going to spend a whole other week chopping, but I just want to see if this would make sense. I'm going to break my mouse. Got you, Goon. Don't worry about it, bro. Is that so far-fetched? What do we think?
My Maserati does 185. I lost my license, now I don't drive. I have a limo right in the back. I lock the doors in case I'm attacked. I'm making records, my fans, they can't wait. They write me letters, tell me I'm great. So I got me an office, gold records on the wall. Just leave a message, maybe I'll call. Lucky I'm sane after all I've been through. Everybody say I'm cool. Please.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't know. The move on this chart isn't unreasonable. It doesn't look like it, but I just don't like how far that would be below the channel at that point. Like, we have a general trend here, a general uptrend here. That would be pretty below. What would GME do if this was the case? I mean, you can maybe make the argument that GME still hasn't done this. Obviously not that low. Because it's the V for both. Like, the end of the iteration is where we're at. Like, we're looking for the V here. Like, we are looking for the V here on AMC and GameStop. That's what we're tracking right now. That's how it ends. It ends with downside and then it breaks. But that would just be fucking annoying. I mean, I could see it. It's just annoying if that's the case, because that's another fucking week of bullshit, choppy price action. But you're right. It doesn't look unreasonable, really, but it doesn't really look that unreasonable, just from, like, this perspective. But I don't know. I don't really like how far below the trend we are at that point. But I suppose, I mean, I don't like it, but it fits. I feel like I could see that. I mean, that's kind of the setup I had here anyway. At the beginning of the week, looking for 430, 450 for AMC, and looking for like 20 to 21 for GME. That would have just been a fucking just absolute waste of a week then. Just trading completely sideways for no reason. That's kind of what I was saying, is like I was getting irritated because we're not really checking landmarks off. We're just flat here. Just spent the whole week of just going sideways. I don't know. We'll see.
I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. Life's been good to me so
OPEC 7 days is July 2nd. Yeah, correct. OPEC 7 plus is worth considering too, I suppose. For sure, I think so too. And today is the OPEC date. The 7 post OPEC date is July 2nd. Well, fuck! I just full reported June 28th. Yeah, I guess that's a gamble. Like it's weeklies. I'll just stick with my January 2025s. I'll be happy with that. But yeah, I mean, 7 post is the peak date, so I would think we would have to be uptrend, unless we just fucking do a January 2021 gap to the top. But if you go all the way back, right? If you go all the way back to January 2021, OPEX is this date right here. So you know the January 15th candle itself, that was OPEX. And that following Monday, we gapped up. I also don't have us there, like, from a tracking perspective either. I have us going to the break of January 22nd. In my opinion, so close to breaking the volume non-existent. Also, we're playing out a V right now for sure. Like, this is the V that we were looking for, which I thought would happen, you know, beginning, middle of the week. We just went sideways the entire week, and now Friday we're playing out the V. Maybe we just fucking gap up Monday. No shot we got to the top? I don't think so either, honestly. Oh, I have the other perspective too we could look at. What is it? I don't think I have a group for it. Is this it? Yeah. This is it. Right, so January, June pullback, uptrend to a high point, breaks below for the V. Breaks off the V, January, June, pullback, uptrend to a high point, break below, lay out the V. It's very fucking close. It's very, very fucking close. I mean, you could maybe... I don't know, could you even make that argument? I don't exactly love that trend. Even if that was the case, though, I mean, what is this, 2 days right here? It's 2 days of price action right here. I don't know, it's so close. It's so close. Whatever way I look at it, it's like... That perspective looks like, what does that say, 450? I think it says 450 there. This perspective looks like 450 is more reasonable. Yeah. Whichever way you slice it, though, it's very close. That would be fucking so annoying, bro. If we got a full week of just sideways, and now next week we break down for the V. That would be fucking so annoying. Something, something, still squeezing. Yeah.
I go to parties sometimes until 4. It's hard to leave when you can't find the door. It's tough to handle this fortune and fame. Everybody's so different.
bars line up May 9th, 1 a.m. to May 14th, 4 a.m. Overlaid June 20th, 9 a.m. to Tuesday, June 25th, 3. I'm not overlaying bars. This is why I play other shit while this is what I'm doing. All heavy, long dated calls and play weeklies when the setup is right, all paid for by the other players, me and Green. Yeah, I like that. When we're this close to break though, I'm just like, I'm just fucking, this is all I can think about.
Uh-oh. Here comes a flock of wham-whams.
Bro, what the fuck? Honestly, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Going, what the fuck am I listening to? That's the same song still? The fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, that was the same song. Yo, here comes a flock of wham-whams.
Where you
Alright, enough of this shit. Look at July's tracking. How the fuck do we make it to next Friday without a break? How? When 350? Never. $4 was 350. How the fuck do we make it to next Friday? I don't see it. I don't see it. Check out Bitcoin real quick. I'm in 20 racks. Where'd you buy? What's your cost basis here? I think Bitcoin's breaking to the upside. We're just still, you know, at that level. Trying to break through all-time highs. I wouldn't worry about it, Mark, honestly. As I'm talking to myself, for fuck's sake.
There must be some kind of way out of here. Say the joker to the thief. There's too much confusion. I can't get no relief. Businessman there, the drink.
I'm not, just like to hear from you. Yeah, I mean, I don't really see Bitcoin not break. Your Bitcoin is not done here. Bitcoin is not done. Bitcoin is going higher. I think I had drawn a trend on here which would maybe imply like 61K for a potential retest. Like say 59. Not worried. Maybe 59. Like in a worst case scenario. But Bitcoin's not done.
My wine, plowman, dig my earth. None will level on the mine. Nobody of it is worth. Hey, hey. No reason Joe. But you and I, we've been through that. And this is not our fate. So let us start talking falsely now. The hour's getting late. Hey!
June, end of Fractal and break. Are you talking about from what I just pulled here? Like if you pull the bars pattern here? If you pull the bar and scale it, the break would be Wednesday next week. But we're looking for Monday, Friday breaks. So all-time low. And I also don't like bars patterns. Same time frame. Yeah, it does actually line up with June 28th. If you pull this and scale it, where all-time low and the top of the break, this one, and then the consolidation. It does line up pretty good, I think. But even still, the V here was a little bit faster. This whole thing was faster. Bars. Even still, it's not scaled right because the tops of the moves. Look at where this move topped out. That was Tuesday this week. That shit was June 7th. I'm bullish. Destroy June 21st gamma and have cheap penalty come Monday. Talking from market maker perspective. I agree. I just pulled it for shits. I just wanted to see. But yes, if you pull the bars pattern from July and scale it, the break would be next Friday. Technically, but the landmarks don't line up 1-to-1 like that. Like this V happened first, then we got to the top faster. It's not perfectly 1-to-1. It's close though. Definitely close. What if it makes a quick dip rip after hours today down to the level, then trend up pre-market Monday fast and break? No reason the uptrend to the range couldn't be violent. I think that's reasonable to say. I think that's pretty reasonable to say. I really am I'm struggling to see this go until next Friday. I mean, we have to reclaim the trend. What do you say? It would be more likely April all-time low to May 10th? April all-time low to May 10th? You're saying pull this bar? These bars here? I really am not the biggest fan of bars patterns, but like that. Is same as May 31st to present. All-time low. Move up, and then the W, where over here, you just want to see a higher low. Yeah. So you're comparing this to this, is what you're saying. Which I agree with. You can look at it like that. You could definitely look at it like that. You just want a higher low. Come down for the first part of the W. Then this leg was a little bit lower than this point here. That works. I like that. I was down on some margin this week and I got margin called. All margin was due for my brokerage. I don't know about others, but if it's like that, the next week could be crazy. I don't use margin. Yes, I think it looks good. I do think that looks good too. It's the same perspective. I mean, you're tracking a fractal inside of a fractal, inside of a fractal, inside of a fractal, essentially. That's what that is. And that would play because this is technically a V here, the all-time low landmark. This is technically a V here. And then off of the V, what do you look for? Jet test, pull back to the V. The micro now, jet test, pull back to the V, then break. Never a big fan of micro to micro. I like jamming the macro into the micro for tracking. But that looks clean. It does. I think that looks good. Let me get the other markers off. Need that one. I'll get the top in there too, actually. I'll go like that. Which really, I mean, with this, it's a W, essentially. Into a break. Alright, so W. Just want a higher low on the right. Recover. Break. I can't see next Friday, man. I can't see it. Every single perspective that I have of tracking this, not that it's impossible to get another week of chop, but I think it's so unlikely. I think it's so unlikely. It's so close. It's so close. Every perspective that you look at, if you look at the channel of July versus current, we're at the break. If you look at GME's iteration, we're at the break. If you look at fucking the tracking like this, we're at the break. If you look at it like this, we're at the break. We're V1, V2, we're at the break. Every way I look at it, we're at the end of the iteration here. We're at the V.
I know that things are going wrong for me. You gotta listen to my words.
That's interesting. There's also this. I'm not a fan of trend lines like this, where there's just like that much space right here with no touch points. But, I mean, that's the top of the 13. And I guess the bottom trend would be like this. Right, so we broke below it and then gapped back in. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Got very tight at the end here. Broke down for the V, and then we break out. Deal. I'm in. OBV's at all-time highs, dog. From this zoomed out look, seems like we're playing out a blatant V. We are. That is what we're doing. Right. I hate when this starts to happen. I just have shit all over the place. Yeah, we are playing out of V. That's what we were looking for this week. It's just we spent the entire week flat, and now we're kind of playing it out. But yeah, we are at the end of the iteration. No matter which way I look at this, we're at the end of the iteration. OBV's at all-time highs on all major time frames. And if it plays out the same as the May 13th break, most of the move was pre-market the 13th and not after hours the 10th. And it continued that Monday, but of course this time could be more explosive. Yeah, that's kind of back to what I was saying earlier in the stream, where I think more than likely, if we're going to break here, it's going to be Monday. I mean, Friday's day here was just blood. Open to close, it was just blood. And then after hours, you're coming off the V in after hours. So this was the day. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, high of day, and then just blood the entire day here. Close is right here, and then the after hours candles are just dead flat, and then Monday gapped up and went. So pretty much the same thing. And then you could also make the argument for GME. Alright, so if GME is coming off its V, jet, pull back, higher low, break. Yeah. Let's just break. Let's just break now. That's the bars I was talking about. Yeah, I mean, it's also like the same perspective. You could track without bars patterns. I've shown that in my video. It's the same thing as this. You're just looking at it more macro here. It's the same fractal that plays out at the end. May 10th? Yes, May 10th. This is the same thing. This is the exact same thing, except you're looking at it a little bit more macro. May 10th over and over. January 15th over and over. Yeah. Yeah, it plays out on every time. Yeah, that's you have to understand that, like, every single time frame. So when you're tracking on a 1-minute chart, you're tracking January 15th. Very micro, like super micro on a 1-minute chart, but you're tracking a fractal inside of a fractal, 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 over and over and over again. And that's why the macro is the most important, because the macro is the one that determines like direction of the break. But yes, same. Let's see if I can explain that a little bit better. So just pretend that you're zoomed in on just today's price action. Right? So pretend you're zoomed in right there and you're tracking January 15th on the daily price action. Now you're just looking at a microscopic part of the chart here, tracking January 15th, right? But what's actually going on here is there is a January 15th playing out here. Right? So part 1, part 2, pull back to the V. So you're tracking a microscopic iteration of January 15th on a 1-minute chart that's playing out here, which is also playing out here. January 15th is playing out here to the V. And just over and over and over again, all the way down the macro. And I don't hate the gap fill at all. Volatility after hours today slams us there, and we launch right off of it. Gap fill 430. I don't hate that. I mean, I feel like if we were to fill that gap after hours today, we would be breaking today as well. And not that it has to be perfect, but this is another way you could look at it. Where the fuck would I have it? With this? Technically, you would want to see a higher low here. Technically. Doesn't have to. It's not going to be perfect, but in a perfect world here, you would want to see a higher low here on this right side than this bottom here, which was 456, 457. That's not to say if this thing breaks, we can't see a wick down to fill the gap before we go. But kind of like what I was saying when I was talking about GME, there's going to be gaps that are going to be left open. Like if we're going to squeeze, right? If we're going to go now into the bullish cycle, if we're about to squeeze, there will be gaps left open, like there was on the previous macro. There was gaps left open, and we filled them during this macro cycle. There will be gaps left open on this macro cycle now that we will fill on the next macro cycle. Not impossible, but I don't think we're going to fill it. I'm of the mindset we're not going to fill this gap here now. Early on in the week, I was thinking that was possible, but at this point, I don't think so. I could be wrong. We've held support here. This should be the bottom. Yeah, I would like to see this level hold up. And when you do TA, do you always turn on extended hours on the chart? Also, do you still prefer linear scale over log? I don't prefer either. I don't prefer either linear or log over one another. The thing with AMC is I have to use log now. Like, I'm forced to use log because of this. When you look at AMC on a log scale, you could actually see detail on the chart, right? Like, you could see what's going on down here, specifically down here. So all of this, you could actually see what's happening here, right? On the logarithmic scale. If you put this on linear, look at that. When you're looking at like the full chart, you can't see shit down here. You can't see anything. On log though, you can see what's going on. So prior to that, fuck. Prior to breaking down here, right here, when we got all this price action, it was fine. I had no problem charting this on linear. As far as extended hours on the chart, I prefer to use extended hours because if you're not using extended hours when you're charting, technically you're missing 50% of the price action by not using it. But for tracking purposes, I will sometimes turn it off. Turning it off, actually, you'll get a better look at breaks, for one. I think that'll be more apparent on something like IWM. You'll see more. You'll see the breaks more apparently. So, or we'll do SPY. We'll do a 1 hour chart on SPY. Regular trading hours. I feel like you could see the iterations playing out a little bit nicer. You could see all the breaks. Break, 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 break. When you're tracking shit against each other, this does help sometimes. Turn that off. Extended hours. But for macro purposes, I would keep that on. I think gaps will be left open. Definitely. There will be gaps left open. Let's see if that'll change anything about looking at July if we take that off. If we take extended hours off, we just go regular. Not really. I mean, you still see the break here. The gap up right here when you actually break. Actually, you could see the gap down too. So you could see gap down here. Gap down here. Right there. This is your all-time low. This is your all-time low. The whole iteration plays out here, essentially a W here. Higher leg on the right. Breaks again, gap up, and then it pulls back. There's your macro V. There's your V. Peak 1, peak 2, peak 1, peak 2. And then essentially what happened was downtrend to a point. It's W again. So W with a higher leg on the right, which is what we have, into a break. And this break was downside. So yeah, it can help. Turning off extended hours, it can help for tracking purposes. But you also have to keep in mind you're missing half of the chart when you do that. Here's another point, Sin. Another point here, your theoretical gap fill, which I don't hate it. I'll let you know, I don't hate it. I actually mentioned it myself on Monday that I thought it was possible. But when you're looking at the tracking, right? If this is where we are, and I just showed it with the other perspective, right? But if you look at it with the actual July tracking itself, should be a higher low on the right. Yeah, I don't see another week. I don't see another week. I don't see another week. I don't see it. Does anyone else see it? Does someone see another week of chop? Because I don't see it. Like, do we have to do this uptrend intraday? Could next week just theoretically just be that? We just uptrend to $6 intraday all week and then break? No. No, I don't. No way. I don't see it, man. I'm just trying to be reasonable, you know? I'm trying to fucking see maybe latest Wednesday. I don't think we're going to break on a Wednesday. I think we're going to break on a Monday or Friday. So if we don't break Monday, I have to believe that we're just going to be chopping all week. It's time to go. I think so too, Sin. I think so too. I mean, I'm not even sure. This is part of the break. Like, because this is one day, this uptrend, and then it broke after hours. This is the actual break itself. Is this part of, like, do we have to track this? It is a lower point on the left, which is what we have. Uptrend out. Just forms a W here with a higher leg on the right. Do we have to uptrend to $6 intraday? I'm not sure about that. We might. Do we have to do that? I'm not sure we do. I think we could just break. fuck? I see something and don't like it? What do you say? We may still need the third peak. What third peak? What do you mean? Could we be trending inverse right now? Last time a gap down, we were expecting a gap up this. No, we're tracking. We are tracking. It's not inverse. It's still tracking July. Here comes Jugert. Hold on, let me get into phone charts and I'll text it to you. That or I'm retarded from looking at what you have up. Give me a few. Yeah, no problem. When will the squeezes to the downside start? Whenever you could fix your grammar, probably. Which is probably never. No need to do a bars pattern. Look at April 29th to May 10th, 10 days. Now look at June 7th to today minus the holiday, 10 days. I think what Sin is saying is the second peak on June 6th could potentially be similar to August 1st, 2023. Nah, bro. Just from scaling, it doesn't make sense. Time for some beers? Rip them. Scaling wise, that doesn't make sense.
a shot glass man.
Bro, this guy actually made a burner YouTube account to come in here and give me money and troll AMC. AMC will never touch $5 again. Okay, bud. Yeah, I'm retarded. Micro-tracking your left chart. I can't find the alternative that makes sense beyond buckle the fuck up. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Dude, Jigger, get a life. This is so sad. Yeah, bro, like characters, man. Characters. Sin, scaling wise, I think this is tracked pretty well. I think this is tracked extremely well, actually. Chat, be honest with me. Be honest. I just want to know. If you guys got banned from somebody's channel on YouTube, would you make another YouTube channel and then come back and donate money just to continue trolling? Would you ever do that in your entire life? Be honest with me. From a market maker perspective, price action makes complete sense. Media pumps up RK, and when 621 cons expire, worthless shit moves after. Yeah, that was where I was at the beginning of the week. Fuck no, no way. Bro, I can't picture a world where I would ever do that. Nope. I'm just trying to imagine a world where I'm that weird. Where I got banned, and then I made another account to go and keep trolling. If you don't like me, then good for you for making boundaries. I'll respect that. What? Who said I don't like you? Oh, you're saying in that scenario. Okay. How not only an idiot would do that? It's so weird to me. It's very fucking weirdo vibes. definitely Ving. Definitely Ving. Yeah, what comes next after the V? What comes next after the V, chat? Spent the entire week going sideways, and then we hit the price target on Friday. AMC about to touch 450. Yeah, the whole week sideways. Check Discord DM. I don't got Discord, bro. Yeah, this shit's gonna break. Almost game time. I think it is game time. Sex is after. Yeah. Yeah, qualify. I deleted Discord. Yep. This shit's about to break. It is about to break. When this goes, would it be a dumb to buy a whole Bitcoin? I think so. I think the market's going to top out at the same time. Ants, buddy, you're a bad trader and AMC keeps tanking. This guy is such a pussy. Is AMC tanking or is it going to my price target? And he put the S on ants. Yeah, yo, the disrespect. Sugar, that's your last dono of $1.99. From now on, it's $10 plus or you're banned permanently again. And then you can make another account and keep riding my dick. Faggot. How do I become a member, brother? Max Payne, of course, hit. You have to do it on PC. I think you can do it on mobile too, but I'm not sure. People have had problems trying to do that on mobile. No, if Jugger wants to keep sucking my dick, he's gonna pay me $10 per comment from now on. Cats folding the Oilers tonight, then weekend, then AMC fucking gap up Monday pre. Deal.
All of times have come here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper.
Do you want to know who would pay to insult somebody? Do you want to know who would do that? This guy is salty that I permabanned him a year ago. A year ago. He used to be tier 1 sub, $10 a comment. Guy's soft as baby shit. He is such a fucking weirdo, bro. It's so weird to me. Where'd this motherfucker come from with a burner account? Wild. Bro, he went out of his way. Think about this. This guy went out of his way on a day to make another YouTube account to come back to my channel to continue to troll me, and has to pay me money to do it because he's not a member of my channel. That is crazy, bro. That's the world we live in. That's insane. Straight stalker. It's fucking weird. Bro, imagine what he puts his exes through. Bro, his exes have a fucking restraining order against him. His daddy didn't love him enough as a child. Yeah, probably. Lightning, bro. Where the fuck have you been? Checking in? What's going on, man? How you been? Ant's business model, 1,000 IQ. Yeah, if people want to talk shit to me now, they have to pay me to do it. Lightning, bro. How you been, bro? Had an ingrown toenail removed today. LOL. Nice. It's a W day. Obsession is very real. Yeah, it's so weird, man. If he's a paid shill, I halfway respect him. Otherwise, pathetic. Been interesting for the past week for me. I went to the hospital and had engagement photos within the same week. That's an eventful week. That's an eventful week. I'm buying last minute calls, slapping the ass. We are very clearly being right here. Very clearly. V2, and then break.
Might be hard to fix a broken heart, but I can make you forget for a moment. What if this is all we'll ever have? Make it count on, hold on to the past, and we could light up the sky of tomorrow.
Juger, you're a clown. $2 from Lando. Yo, Juger, Lando called you a clown. I agree with him. Doug, $5. And any reason why they wouldn't use their $2.5 million available to borrow since opening bell today at all? Hope you don't blow me up for the question. Nah, bro. I feel like the shares available to borrow is just, like I said in my last stream. If you use that and it's beneficial to you and whatever you use to trade, then fine. But I think looking at shares available to borrow is kind of pointless. Because it's essentially as real as the US dollar. I mean, if they need shares, what do? What does the Fed do if they need dollars? They just print more. Same thing with the shares. They don't have them. They just print them. They're not real. End of the day, fractals are in a fractal. That's pretty much it. I'm going to buy calls before close. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I mean, if we're at the breaking point and it's either going to break straight line up or straight line down. Well, it took all fucking week to hit it, but here we are. AMC at 450. And GME. And GME pulling back. As of right now, a higher low. Interesting. Holy shit, I passed out after lunch and we got the move, and now we banging techno? Yeah, your song request from months ago woke you up. The song's a fucking banger. But yeah, finally, something out of the range. When we started chopping sideways, I was kind of just like, whatever. I mean, maybe we're not gonna go to 450, but here we are. Skepsis, green and gold. Got one for you, Ant? Got you. I'll cue it up. Yo, so this is the other perspective with the V1, V2. What do we think about this one? We go to Valhalla tomorrow. What do we think about this one? I think this looks really fucking good.
We're dancing in the dark just like you know me. No gravity, it's all in the way you hold me. It's all in the way you hold me. No gravity, it's all in the way you hold me.
Gap fill, definitive V, and spring into break. You expect us to touch that V1, V2 line with the alternative perspective. Don't hate it, but maybe continue to sell off into close. It's just there. I mean, we don't have to, but it's there. Before we actually broke down, this was like that bars pattern that I pulled. And I kind of just had that there as like, if we were to pull down to V2, what this would look like. Or I think more than likely it would run into next week. Look at the 1 minute on today and compare it with August 10th, 2023. What was August 10th? August 10th was the day before the break. Would you be shocked to hear we bounced right off a dark pool? Yeah, there's no way. I doubt that. I doubt that severely, actually. Good try, though. Ooh, and there's like 20 versions of this song, so tell me if this is the right one.
I've been stuck in Sunday, slipping out my head on a Monday morning. Tired of all my mind games. I play along, and everybody knows that's the way that the weekend goes. Trying to phase out, ready to reload. Lose yourself in the green and gold. And everybody knows when you're boiling about to blow. Need a way out, ready to reload. Lose yourself in the green and gold.
This is it? I like it.
Lose yourself in the green and gold. I've been here since Friday, floating up and down, real life got boring. This could be the one place where we belong, yeah we belong. And everybody knows that's the way that the weekend goes. Tryna phase out, ready to reload. Lose yourself in the green and gold. And everybody knows when you're boiling about to blow. Need a way out, ready to reload. Lose yourself in the green and gold.
Look, phase out, reload, nearly overload. We're sitting on the throne and no one's getting overthrown. We're stepping out into the nightlife even though it's cold. You know it's cold, cause them not bad because we bad. Them not hot because we hotter. We have to do it proper like a real dandada. Top boy, top girl, top team, top shatter. Try your thing but it no matter. Like a rat, them off is scatter.
And everybody knows that's the way that the
Added
weekend
Sin,
goes.
Gunslinger Revenge.
Phase out, ready to reload.
You got
Lose
it.
yourself in the green and gold. And everybody knows when you're boiling about to blow. Need a way out, ready to reload. Lose yourself in the green and gold. Lose yourself in the green and
AMC bounced off the 666 moving average almost exactly. Last done Thursday, May 30th, Friday, and May 31st, which was what? May 30th, Friday? May 31st, right here at V1. My man, your real one got you, Sin. Of course. Or draw a trend from May 1st to May 10th. May 9th hovering midpoint, now trending line May 31st to today, June 10th hovering midpoint. We're at the end then. Yeah, regardless of whichever way you slice this, whichever way you want to slice it. However, I've shown like 4 different perspectives that you can look at this iteration, right? Whichever way you cut it, we're at the end of it. This is kind of just showing the V1, V2, the V1, V2 perspective. And if you draw like an actual resistance trend, that's kind of why I keep like just flashing this on and off. Right, so when you pull back to V1 and then back up to the trend, pull back to V1, back up to the trend, and then downtrend for V2, kind of just hovering right under resistance, and then you break out off V2. So you hit the V for V2, and then you break. Right? Used to listen to that song before going out on patrol. It's all the same. We're at the break. Whichever way you cut it, we're at the break, yeah. We're there.
You've been alone. I've been gone for far too long. But with all that we've been through, after all this time, I'm coming home to you.
Frank, don't fuck with me. You know I like vectors. Do not fuck with me. What's up, Ant? Extend that tip trend line back to 2014, brother. Which one? This one up here or this one right here? This one or this one? Avenge Sevenfold? Nice. Yeah, this was Sin's request.
Never let it show the pain I've grown to know. 'Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming home to you. I reach towards the sky, I've said my goodbyes, my heart's always with you now. I won't question why so many have died, my prayers have made it through, yeah. 'Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming home to you.
Good song, Sin. How's the new baby girl? Healthy and happy? Yes, she is. Healthy and happy. And adorable. She is. Thank you for asking. Just really quickly, the only possible way this is extended was the bars pattern, where we would actually have to come down to the V2 point and then double bottom it and then break. I don't see us doing that for a whole nother week. I don't see it. So Frank, I extended this one. This one goes into outer space. There's nothing up there. This vector I have talked about though, where it runs right over like the resistance at July, where this was like the breakout. This one I have talked about. The other vector just goes into outer space, though.
I reached towards the sky, said my goodbyes, my heart's always with you now. I won't question why so many times my prayers have made it through, yeah. 'Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming. After all this time, I'm coming home to you.
Good song, Sin. By the way, saw the video on your channel late regarding the Discord. Glad mom and baby are good and healthy. ICU story must have been very scary. God bless. Thank you, Silver. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was a fucking nightmare, bro. It was a nightmare. And the Discord drama on top of it, I was just... I didn't want that shit, bro. I'm good.
I'm not invisible to you. Do my eyes speak true? My soul's so in touch with yours tonight. Won't let my head take flight. We could leave this place, freedom ours to chase. What if I escape with you? What if I escape with you? What if I escape with you?
Sorry, brother. Too hard to explain without my chart. That top trend line to outer space can be moved down to line up with the January 2021 squeeze and retest. 1 minute for today versus the macro is looking crazy good. Yeah, it always does. You're saying you can line up that top vector with the 2021 squeeze and retest? Like this? I mean, that vector just looks like a retest. Looks like a retest, and then we go. Too hard to explain on my chart. The top trend line to outer space can be moved down to line up with January 2021 squeeze and retest. I'm not following.
What if I stay with you? What if I stay with you? What if I stay?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that because I haven't really been making videos this week. I forgot about that. The one-to-one date, flat portion. That's another interesting factor. completely forgot about that. Yeah, today we are on day 336 of 342. So 6 days behind, including weekends. So next Monday, 339. The 1-to-1 date is Thursday. Next Thursday. Wow, that that by itself is kind of crazy. The song slaps. What's the name? This is Escape, KX5, Dead Moss, Cascade, Hala.
Is it real? Is it just a fantasy? 'Cause the unknown's pulling me. We could leave this space, freedom ours to chase. What if I escape with you? What if I escape with you?
Goon, bro. Probably coincidence right there. We do those here? Yeah. 1-to-1 flat portion. 1-to-1 date is Thursday next week. Probably coincidence, right? We do those around here. That's funny. Always pull back into V before break. Sup, Goon? Long time to no talk, bro. Been great, man. You still on Star Citizen? That game was mad fun, low key. I like that game.
What if I escape with you? What if I escape with you? What if I escape
Alright. Don't be a stranger, Ant. We can make motherfuckers pay. My night times right now are just like babysitting the little girl. And if I don't, I'm woken up at like 5 o'clock in the morning so we could change shifts. Game hell fun. No, I didn't upgrade my graphic card, be real. No, I didn't do that. If next Thursday is 1-to-1, peak 2021, 27th, next Thursday the 27th. Alright, that's too much, bro. That's probably a coincidence. But we also have the OPEX. Feel you, bro. My baby girl is sleeping through the night. Only took months. How many months? I can't see. Bro, how do I get these emojis out of the way? 9 months? Only took 9 months? Okay, only a year. Until the baby sleeps through the night. That's good. I love that. I love that for me. 27th, next Thursday, the 27th, is the 1-to-1 flat portion date. We also have the OPEX target, because today is OPEX. The OPEX target is the 2nd, I believe. So 27th is 1-to-1 date. OPEX target is the following Tuesday. Your first will be better. They bait you into having more before the fucking demons come out. Any guesses on what kind of news maybe dropped over the weekends? World War III heating up? That could be it. Maybe we don't even make it to MOAS. Maybe like the fractal break, like the macro break is just fucking nukes. Like we're at the end. I mean, macro breaks are technically the end or the beginning, right? The end of a macro or the beginning of a new one. Maybe the end of the macro is the end of the world. I don't think that's so far-fetched. That would suck. Could you imagine? Could you imagine AMC and GameStop just start fucking shredding? And then all of a sudden you just hear sirens. And there's fucking nuclear warheads just in the air. Coming straight for you. Oh man. Laid out a rough theory for sending the boys last night. The US digital dollar backed by Bitcoin. That's why you are ETFs and corporate America adopting Bitcoin now. That would make sense. I mean, the dollar is got to be close to done, right? Get the chip foundries moved onto US soil and send the petrodollar out to pasture replaced by digital US dollar used for computer processing power in the same format. I like nukes better. But whatever, we can do that if you want. What if inflation just gets so crazy that all stocks go up 10,000x and anyone that has never invested in stocks is just fucked? That'll play. That'll play too. Hopefully my bucker gets a signal so I can trade. Can you imagine? Those puts would be fucking printing. I don't really want the nukes, but I could take it. Yeah, I mean, like... It's just a bunch of talk. Like, if we're gonna fucking go to World War III, just fucking do it already, or shut the fuck up about it. Like, just fucking do it then. All this fucking talk. No one even cares anymore. Just fucking do it. You're gonna park a Russian... I fuck with Putin, so I'm not even gonna talk shit. But you're gonna park a Russian sub in Miami? Like, for what? Like, what are you gonna do? You want to start World War III? Then fucking do it. Like, what do you, like, what is... I don't get it. Chill, they're going to the beach. It's all a mental fuck. They're trying to catch us early without bunkers. It's all a mental fuck. You can't fuck my mental. My mental's already fucked. Good luck. Then the clubs. Don't park your Russian submarine in Atlantic, Putin. They'll steal that shit and wreck it at a takeover. Nah, Russia don't want none of that radial sub with sound panels falling off. It's just a showboating, literally. That's my point, though. Like, all these threats and all the talking about World War III. Like, if you're gonna do it, then fucking do it already. If not, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Right? Like, yes or no? It's just getting old. I guess it's by design. It's just constant fear in the news for the masses. Constant fear. Probably by design. Keep everybody afraid. U.S. did the same to North Korea by shooting a mountain. Really intimidating. I don't understand that. Is that supposed to send like a threat to them? Okay, you shot a mountain. Congratulations, you shot a rock. We're so much more scared now. Can AMC squeeze so Sin can get a Black Hulk and save the world? If anybody's saving the world, it's going to be Sin. World War III is either China or aliens. Really, goon? Aliens? Focus on identity politics and infighting. That keeps us from waging the class war that we really should be fighting. Yeah, no, you're right. You are right about that. The United States is imploding from within. We don't need World War III for the United States to go down. We're going to do that ourselves. We'll do that ourselves. The rest of the world is just going to sit back and fucking point and laugh. And then when we're destroyed, when we're at that point, they'll just fucking walk in. That'll be the end of it. That's the sad truth of it, is we don't even need World War III for the United States to collapse. We'll just do that on our own. Bro, if you don't think they're gonna remove the buy button again, you're fucking drunk. You're drunk. Kind of makes sense. We break Monday over the 200, like Monday, January the 25th. Retest the 200, then play out the rest through June 2nd, minus the buy button removal. I would bet my life on it they remove the buy button again. Honestly, I would. USA is done. Bricks in the batter's box. It's just a fucking shit show. Everywhere you turn, it's just a fucking shit show. This is probably the most boring day of all time. All fucking week, sideways, just to get the V Friday. All week. They might be trying to end below 450. That's fine. I'm not really too pressed about max pain. I'm more focused on landmarks. If we break this, we got a 433 dark pool. Is that the gap fill? Gap fill is 430. I mean, that was beginning of the week. That was my range here. It was like right here for the V. Boom, 450 is in. Might be a little bit more, honestly. Might be pulling back a little bit more here. I mean, landmark-wise, I mean, theoretically, like we could pull back as low as 401, and we would still be intact. But the rough range was like 450 to 430, which that would fill the gap. That would just be the V there, and then we would get the breakout. I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it. There's, if we're pulling back to 430, like we're already almost there. You know, what, 20 cents? What happens after that? That's the V. What happens next? Break. Excuse my ignorance, Hat, but shouldn't the V1, V2 line be higher? What do you mean? You want me to move this up to where we are right now, so we could feel a little bit better about it? No, I think if anything, it could actually be lower. Come on, man. Market close equals rocket, please. I highly doubt we're breaking today. Highly. I was saying it earlier too. The most likely case here is if we are breaking now, it would be Monday pre-market, just like we saw right here at V2. Coming down to V2, it was a Friday, like today, just bleeding out, and then Monday we got the break.
Gonna be you and me. Gonna be everything you ever dreamed. Wanna be who you need. Gonna be everything. Gonna be you and me. Gonna be everything you ever dreamed. Wanna be who you need. Gonna be everything.
This is something you have to keep in mind, right? So what this is the micro iteration of the macro. So jet, pull back to form a higher low. What this is really is coming off the V1 here, the macro V. This is the micro iteration to form a higher low off of this V. Which really, what it was here, I mean, that's pretty fucking close to a double bottom. It's close to a double bottom. What are we off? 284 to 291, 7 cents off a double bottom there. This is why when I was talking about this downside scenario, we theoretically could pull back to 401. Very drastic. I don't think we're going to, but theoretically we could. This could come as low as 401 to form a higher low than V1. And if we're not going to break Monday, more than likely that's what next week is going to be. Is pull back further to play out the rest of the V here. And then from there into the break. So really this could be like down here. Like 410 maybe. Does it have to go that low? No. It does not have to go that low, but it could. There's nothing stopping it from going that low. That would be fractally sound to pull back to 410. At 430 at most. That's what that was kind of my idea, where it would more than likely be 430 to 450. 430 is kind of like at the most because you're filling the gap here. So you would definitely expand. Also, Goon said we have a level there, a dark pool level, which makes sense at the gap fill. It's a higher low and a gap fill. That makes the most sense to me. That's kind of why that was my range, 450 to 430 to begin with. When we started chopping sideways, I was like, all right, maybe we're not going to go lower, but we fucking spent all week chopping sideways to just break down now. Now there's only two ways this plays now. And number one, that would just be we break today or Monday. That would be number one. Number two, the scenario would be more blood. Next week we definitely would hit the V because it's another fucking, 20 cents lower. Hit the V next week and then break the following. This is the only two ways this plays out now, is if we break now, we break on Monday, or this is next week and then we break the following week. A whole week of sideways just to break down Friday. Love to see that. I thought the landmark on the previous fractal bottom left of the screen is where the V1 is on the right chart. That's what I thought. I'm not following. Didn't we need to regain the channel today to match July tracking? We did reclaim the channel, but that's technically the break at the same time, because that's the same day. And we broke to the downside in that case. It's probably going to look like this. Kind of like that bars pattern that I had overlaid. Are we looking to break above the 200 pre-market Monday? It's either break Monday or next week. It looks like this, and then we would break the following. Extreme left bottom. Extreme left bottom. Sabs, bro, I'm not following you, man. Alright, I'm kind of over the music. People, this is why micro-tracking Amy is AIDS. It's simple. Got really bullish or really bearish. That's a good point. I mean, I've said it 1,000 fucking times. I don't know, man. Something tells me the following Monday. What a shit ticker. I don't think it's that bad. I think if you could track this into like a window of like a 2-week window of like we're gonna get a break upside or downside, and that break is gonna be multiple 1,000% on a play, like an options play, I think that's pretty good. Not me. I think Wednesday we still break. Okay. Alright, fine. We're breaking Wednesday according to Mark. Not Monday or Friday, like all of the breaks we've seen on both AMC and GameStop in 2024 and 2021. We're going to break Wednesday. I mean, I'm still here playing, but goddamn, No, I get it, Goon. Sorry if I had a hard time exploring. I meant the all-time low on the fractal on the left would be where you have the V1 highlighted on the current. Am I making sense? Mark trades, when bid? When? When break? When MOAS? So you're saying, Sebs, you're saying something like this, I'm guessing? This is this. Something like that. I'm thinking the one-to-one flat portion in the bars. Wish I could show charts. I already did that. I already pulled the July tracking one-to-one with the bars pattern. I think it ran till like Friday next week. I don't know, Sabs. I feel like this looks pretty good, no? I feel like it looks pretty good like this. Yes? So what is that? What are you inferring from that? If this is all-time low, then you have a jet test off, and then you have a pullback. Only in that case, we would have already broke this low here. Lower, which we did not do here. I'm not really following. I remember last year when UBS said AMC would go under $1, shit better not break down. I highly doubt we're break. This price action is noise. It's noise. We're still in range. The millionth time. How does this end? This is how it ends. Literally a vertical line. That's how the end of this end. That's how the end of the fractal here ends. It's a vertical line down, a vertical line up. Everything in between in this range is noise. We're tracking into the break, into this moment of break. Everything in between is noise. We're just tracking into that moment. This is how it ends. Up or down, straight line. Was just asking because you are higher now. Cure TV 1 V2 should be higher. I think he just wants the second V1, V2 trend line tracking the higher low on the second set, then move the V2 up where it closes today. So he just wants me to find a way here where we're just going to break today. Is that essentially what we're trying to do here? We're just trying to find a way where this is moved up and then we're just going to break now? I'm not going to do that. If we got Monday, great. Great, we're at the break. I'm not going to start moving shit around to make it work for Monday. If I had to guess, And before we even broke down, I had this here. I think it's just going to look like that. I think it'll just look like that. Makes sense. I don't love it, but it makes sense. Alright, I'm getting off live. I'm going to go eat something, and then I'm going to actually chart in peace, and I'll get a video out this weekend. See you guys later. I'll get a video out this weekend. So it's not flat, but angled, basically. I think that's what he's saying. What do you mean, angled? I'm going to angle this trend? Sim, bro, have a good weekend, bro. Appreciate you, my man. Great work as always. What a shit show of a day. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Thanks for all you do. Of course. Of course. We're at the break. Whichever way you slice it, and I've shown 17 different perspectives, we're at the break. Alright, guys. Have a good weekend. I'll catch you over the weekend with an update video. Probably not today.